All right, continuing the theme we got going on. This is The Slender Man from 2013. It's an independently made film. There was an Indiegogo campaign, I guess, or a Kickstarter, I should say. And, well, this... In the words of the great angry video game nerd, what were they thinking? This movie's terrible. It's just... Oh... So our story follows three different sets of people. We go from three different point of view. We get a brother and sister combo who are mourning their father and their deceased father, and come across an investigation on missing children. We got Kyle, who is investigating this missing children as far as 5 years back. And we get Hank, who is the one taking the missing children. And so we got a complete story here that all leads up to the end. But it's done so terribly. The one thing about Marble Hornets was that while we followed different points of views, it was explained how we were following the points of views. Jay was finding different tapes that would follow the points of view of Hoodie or Alex or Tim. It would explain. Here we just got three different points of views that shifts throughout the film, and it's incoherent as hell. Also, the story is terrible. Well, the story, not so much. It's how they go about it. So the first scene of the film is Hank playing ball with his son, and he throws the ball too far into the woods, and the son goes in, doesn't come back out. We don't come back to Hank till later. We got to the siblings who are mourning their father and stuff like that, and then after the father's death, they find out he was investigating something called Slender Man. Then we cut back to Hank, who is sacrificing children to the Slender Man. Then we get to Kyle, who's doing an investigation. See, you see what I mean? It jumps back and forth. And it all culminates because Hank somehow discovers these two are investigating him and goes to their house and leaves them a note. The girl, Emma, calls Kyle and tells him about the note, and she tells him, don't go there. Or he tells her, don't go there. And they go anyway. And it's a fucking trap, and Hank stabs and probably kills the brother, leaving Emma still trapped down there. And then Kyle shows up to save the day. He does, with Hank being killed in the thing, and Kyle saving the day. You think, okay, that's a different ending for a found footage film. Sort of a happy ending. The brother's dead, but Hank's also dead. No more children being taken. And then we get the ending. We cut to a fucking Skype call. That's right. Emma's on a Skype call. They're talking when all of a sudden she moves her camera and you can see there's someone, the Slender Man, standing in her closet. They say, hey, who's that in your closet? And she turns around. She gets all staticky. Big old, ending where it's all staticky and all moving around. Basically, it shows that she's dead. That's how it ends, and it ends with Slender Man on all the screens. That's it. The sound design in this movie is terrible. They couldn't get decent microphones, so when they scream, do not wear headphones when watching this. I'll tell you right now. Because I was turning on my TV, and it's horrible. And this girl, Emma, she screams constantly after she's kidnapped, after she's tied up. Oh, speaking of kidnapped, they actually have a scene. And I'm very interested to know how the filming of this scene went. Alright? Because you got this Hank. You get a scene where he abducted a child. There's a scene of that. And I'd like to know if the people in the surrounding area knew this was happening. Or if someone walking by could have seen this and be like, hey, that's not right, and done something about it, called the cops on them, and then have to explain, hey, this is just a scene from a movie, this is my my friend's kid. You know, I know their parents. This is all, you know, and stuff. I'd like to know that information. Did they get, like, the cops called on them for this? Because this was very, it was very uncomfortable. The way he's like, oh hey, my dog went missing, and I want to know if you help me find him. I got some posters right here, and then he like chloroforms the kid. And because the kid shares the same name with his son, he has a hard time giving them to the Slender Man. The kid gets out, Slender Man gets him anyway. Slender Man effects are okay, but it's a cheap, low-budget film. I think it was only made for like $10,000, I think, which is not much. But like I said, the sound design, okay. Not only did the microphones they get are shitty, but they decided in a found footage film to play background music. Why? You do not play it's found footage. This is found footage. I know they're making a documentary, but the spots where the music is playing is not when it's supposed to be a documentary. You got where Kyle is talking to someone about his case. There's music playing in the background. There's music playing when Hank has his victims. It makes no sense. This is a found footage film. I can see if during the documentary parts where the brother and his sister were talking, there's background music because it's for the documentary. I can understand, but it's not. It's just spread out in different places that makes no sense. And the father being dead story just goes nowhere. Seriously. Like, they mourn him and they say they're investigating this, but that connection disappears as soon as they start the investigation. Is what I'm saying. Like, you could have put it any other way that they found it. Their father being dead really has nothing to do with the plot. In fact, I don't even know if the father was really investigating him or not. This movie sucks. It absolutely sucks. I'm giving it a 2. I'm sorry. I know this was made for next to nothing. $10,000 really isn't that much for making a movie. And I'm sorry. To those out there, the filmmakers, whatever. It's available for free, which means they're not really making money off of this. It's available for free on YouTube. They're not making any money off of this, except for the initial people who funded this thing. Which, people who funded it, haha, you got screwed. But anyway, this movie sucks. It gets a 2. It's worse than Slender. It's worse than the Slender Man from, you know, the Slender Man, the movie I hate. But, I like this movie better than the other one. Because they actually tried to make a Slender Man movie. It gets a 2 for its quality. But they actually tried to make a Slender Man movie. They weren't saying it's trees or anything. They actually tried. So for that, I'm bumping it up to a 4. Because you tried. So you guys get a 4, okay? The quality and everything, that's a 2. Bump it up, you get another 2 for trying to actually make a Slender Man movie. That's a 4. And that's what you get. So it's a 4 for me. Other than that, I gotta say, I do like it better than any other Slender Man movie I watch. Could be some guy in a suit next to a tree going and grabbing someone, and it could be better than the 2013 Slender Man movie because they're actually trying to make a Slender Man movie. Excuse me. I've seen better. This is not better. This is better, actually, if you think about it. It's a worse quality than that of the 2018 Slender Man movie, but at least it tries to be a Slender Man movie. Whatever we got in the 2018 Slender Man movie was whatever we got in that movie. But I digress. Okay, I got another found footage movie to do. It's not Slender Man related, so we're kind of off that train. But that'll be the next one I do. It's called Don't Go in the Woods, Stay out of the Woods, something like that. Well, I don't know. You'll know what I do. It's a terrible movie too, but I gotta get it so I can do it. And then I got a list for today too, a top 10. I'm gonna do top 10 2000s horror movies, which is, I'm still trying to figure out which one are in the top 10. That's why you got this one first. So until then, what are your thoughts on this film? Leave in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. See you in the next one.